If you're not familiar with it, Prilepin's table provides recommended rep and volume figures for intensity ranges based on Soviet research of Olympic weightlifters. While it definitely has utility, it's also pretty broad, so it doesn't eliminate the need for judgment and athlete evaluation. It's not going to guide you directly to the perfect training program. A good way to use it is as verification that what you're planning isn't way off base, kind of like the laugh test. If you write a program and your numbers are outside these ranges, you know you should be thinking about whether or not you're making good choices. There will absolutely be cases when an effective program has prescriptions that fall outside these numbers, but it's not going to be typical, and it's probably going to be only with some of the exercises, not an entire program. Look at a classic prescription of 5x5 squats, let's say at 75%. That's 25 reps, which exceeds the total range for that intensity, but barely, and it's not at all unreasonable. If you change that to 4 sets of 10 at 70%, you'd be well outside both the reps per set and total rep range, so now you really need to ask yourself if it's a wise choice. But you also need to consider this in context. What else is happening in this training cycle alongside this one exercise? What if this athlete isn't doing the competition lifts with any significant volume or intensity because of an injury, so we're really pushing leg strength for a period of time? That's going to mean we can stack up a lot more volume on squats than we could if training everything else equally in a normal cycle. In a situation like that, far exceeding the Prilepin recommendations may not be a problem at all, and actually be a very good choice. Also keep in mind what I discussed in the previous video about the variability in percentages among athletes. You need to consider this when using Prilepin's table, because if an athlete needs to use atypically high percentages at a given rep range, their programs have the potential to regularly violate these recommendations, even when the loading is perfectly appropriate. Along these same lines, I would say that in general, despite its source being Olympic weightlifters, Prilepin's table is better suited for strength lifts than the competition lifts. The technical ability and consistency with the snatch and clean and jerk, and the percentage of the competition lifts of the related basic strength abilities of a lifter are going to vary significantly, affecting how well the table represents the level of burdening these lifts create. 6 doubles in the clean and jerk at 79% fits into the table, but this is a completely different level of demand for an athlete whose clean and jerk is 95% of their best front squat versus 70%. So again, so much of writing effective training programs is being familiar with the athlete and knowing how to adjust conventional programming to best suit them.